Good evening, friends. GSTN has developed a particular functionality on their portal. As per this functionality, being registered person, supplier in GST, if you have furnished your outward supply and corresponding taxes in GSTR-1 and that is not matching with the outward supply and corresponding taxes paid through GSTR-3B, meaning thereby there is difference between GSTR-1 and GSTR-3B. And if this difference is exceeding a specified limit, then you will get automatic a notice in Part A, DRC-1B. You will get a notice in Part A, DRC-1B from the system itself. And as per this notice, department would be looking for the answer reply. And here, once you get this notice for difference as per GSTR-1 and 3B, which you have furnished, either you have to accept the differential liability and pay along with interest, or you have to reply back within 7 days, Part B, DRC-1B. So you have to reply within 7 days of Part B of DRC-1B. Now, what is this all about? Why this functionality has come? You must be knowing that one rule got inserted, Rule 88C, from 26 December 2022. And this DRC-1B reference is being given in that particular rule. You will get automatic notice in Part A of DRC-1B for the differences between GSTR-1 and 3B, and if this difference exceeds the specified limit. What is this specified limit? Sorry, it is not being stated neither in the rule nor in the respective provision under Section 38. But they are saying exceeding specified limit. So if there is difference between 1 and 3B, then you will get notice in Part A, DRC-1B. Either you accept that there is difference, so you pay the liability along with interest, or you need to reply in Part B of DRC-1B within 7 days. Now here my submission. We have seen in GST regime that lot of mistake we were doing in the past, and it may happen to error, it's human. You are filing your GSTR-1 and your liability is only 1 lakh rupees, let's assume. But by mistake, extra zero got added. So as against 1 lakh, it become 10 lakh rupees now in GSTR-1. Quite obvious, if liability is only 1 lakh rupees, for any clerical error that is being furnished in GSTR-1 or through invoice furnishing facility, quite obvious you will pay your actual liability through GSTR-3B. So there will always be difference between 1 and 3B. Yes, now this notice will come, Part A, DRC-1B. You need to reply within 7 days in Part B of DRC-1B as per Rule 88C, which got notified from 26 December 2022. But here's certain important point. This Rule 88C was introduced with reference to an explanation already got notified under Section 75, subsection 12, effective from January 1, 2022, 1 जनवरी 2022 से इनने नोटिफाई कर दिया और इन्हें कह दिया if there is difference between 1 and 3B, then that difference would be considered as a self-assessment tax, and that can be recovered by the department without issuance of so-called notice, either under section 73 non-fraud case or section 74 fraud cases. That provision already got notified from 1st January 2022. Rule 88C, where reference of DRC-01B is being given from 26 December 2022, at least you have a chance to reply back within 7 days. But why such provision got introduced, right? This is the question in our mind, that if I have made the mistake in my GSTR-1 and I can't revise my GSTR-1 because there is no mechanism for the revision, will it be self-assessment tax? Can be recovered without issuance of so-called notice? It looks little harsh decision, but you will agree and appreciate there were many suppliers unscrupulous. They were intentionally filing GSTR-1 by showing amount 10 lakh as against 1 lakh to pass on the credit to unscrupulous recipient buyer, but paying the tax of around only 1 lakh rupees through 3B. So they were misutilizing this particular window. So to curtail, to contain them as a deterrent measure, this provision 75 subsection 12 explanation got introduced. Rule 88C now got introduced. Now this functionality is there on GSTN portal. If there is a difference between one or through invoice furnishing facility with GSTR-3B and exceeds the specified limit, then you will get this notice in Part A, DRC-01B. As a deterrent, looks very good provision. But being genuine and honest taxpayer, if you have made the mistake, then of course you will have to now reply as per Part B of DRC-01B, quite obvious. But let me tell you some legal provision also. What 75 subsection 12 is saying, explanation that it is a self-assessment tax can be recovered without issuance of so-called notice, to this provision, in my humble submission, I am not agreeing with. GST law need to be read in holistic perspective, complete. Section 37 is giving me a power if I have made any error or omission while filing GSTR-1. Then it is giving me power that I can rectify such omission or error of any particular financial year by 30th November in next financial year, right? If this power is available under section 37, I can always rectify any omission and error. Can you say that this will become self-assessment tax and it can be recovered even without issuance of so-called notice? First point. Second point. By introduction of this 75 subsection 12, which is aggressive provision as a deterrent against the unscrupulous supplier, now bringing this rule 88C, where this notice would be coming to your way in case there is difference between 1 and 3B. There is another provision which is on scrutiny of return, section 61, scrutiny of return, ASMT 10. When this provision already existing in the law, where difference between 1 and 3B can be intimated through ASMT 10, what is the need and necessity of introducing this rule 88C, DRC-01B? It is rule, whereas I got section 61, which is the provision of the act, talking about ASMT 10. By bringing this rule, are you not making 61 OTOs? रूल लाके सेक्शन 61 है मेरे पास जो मुझे एसएमटी 10 इशू करने का पावर देता है डिपार्टमेंट को, प्रॉपर ऑफिसर को। फिर ये रूल 80 लाने की क्या वजह थी? तो देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग विच आई एम रेफरिंग हियर, बट आई जस्ट वांटेड टू अप्राइज यू. If functionality is being introduced on GSTN portal for difference between 1 and 3B, exceeding specified limit, notice will be given in Part A DRC 01B. आपको डिफरेंशियल पे करना है अगर आप एक्सेप्ट करते हैं कि हाँ बनता है along with interest, या फिर आपको विद इन 7 days आपको रिप्लाई करना है. ड्रॉप डाउन में आपके पास ऑप्शन होंगे कि इस वजह से आपसे गलती हो गई. हम ये भी समझ गए कि इस प्रोविजन को क्यों लाया गया. कई सप्लायर थे अनस्क्रूपुलस जो सिर्फ जानबूझ के 1 लाख की लाइबिलिटी होती थी बट 10 लाख दिखाते थे जिससे क्रेडिट पास ऑन हो जाए बायर को, अनस्क्रूपुलस रेसिपिएंट एंड बायर को. एज ए डिटरेंट ये सारे प्रोविजन इंट्रोड्यूस किए गए हैं. बट व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर within the 4 corners of GST law, we have to ensure any provision or rule by delegated legislation should provide ease of business and theme of good and simple tax. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.